Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, I guess it depends on where you're watching. Welcome to Cooperville Live. Jody's in the house working away. Joe's in the house, got them devil horns in the air. Yes, it's gonna be a big show tonight. Exciting. There you are. There you are. Hello. It's good to see you. Welcome to Cooperville Live, wherever you're watching around the globe. Facebook, youtube.com/Cooperville Live, or on the Twitch, twitch.tv/Cooperville Live. If you have the Twitch app, Cooperville Live, follow. Wherever you're watching, follow, subscribe, notifications, all the things, man. Do all the things. As we go make it big today. Is it? It's not irony. I literally wore this shirt on purpose. Nathan Hunt, Shaman's Harvest, joining the show in about 10 minutes. Stick around for that. Do have to say thank you to our sponsors. Glorious sponsors. We did some work today. Coopervilleclothing.com. We added some new Cancel Culture t-shirts. Check that out. Get yours. And with the lovely help of my lovely girlfriend, we did some yoga pants. We got the Lean Into the Weirdness yoga pants. Get yours. Look at that. Look at that. Coopervilleclothing.com. Check it out. There's all the new stuff we did today. Ladies, got that Lean Into the Weirdness racer back, too. I had a ton of people asking. Namely, my mother. I want one of those Lean Into the Weirdness ones, but I don't want it. I want it in a racer back. Okay. All right. There it is. That's the website. Coopervilleclothing.com. Also, CaptainCoops.com. Beard oils, beard balms, beard butters for your bearded friends. Or you, if you have a beard. Don't have a beard, but know somebody who has one? Father's Day is coming up. Gift cards are available. The Captain Coops e-gift cards right there at CaptainCoops.com. And a special thanks out to my friends at Midwest Meals. Get your weekly meals all set to go. They deliver nationwide. 16 rotating meals. The new cilantro lime shrimp is fantastic. Peanut Thai I had last night. That was fantastic as well. Good stuff. MidwestMeals.com. Use promo code Cooper at checkout and get 10% off your first order at MidwestMeals.com. They're also back there. We are on Team Midwest Meals. Big stuff. So, big stuff happening today on the show. Again, Nathan Hunt of Shaman's Harvest will be joining us here in just a bit. We'll chat it up with him. It's been a minute. Been a minute for a lot of artists out there, but things are finally starting to progress forward. They got a new song that they dropped a little while ago called Bird Dog. The lyric video is out. We'll talk to him about that and a bunch of other stuff too. So big day. Big Thursday on the show. And a hot one as well. I'm not sure how far this heat wave stretches, but we're at 88 degrees today in the Chippewa Valley, and humidity levels are up. And it's going to keep on going up as we progress through the Friday and off into the weekend. By the way, congratulations to all the chillins who are done with school finally. I think today and tomorrow were around here the last 2 days of school, other than the seniors who have mostly graduated. But thank you, Jody. Thank you for the subscription. Appreciate it. Muchos gracias, as they say. So, yeah, congratulations to the kids. Saw the school bus go by, I believe, for the last time. This afternoon. We were doing a bunch of stuff around here and a bunch of new shirt designs for CoopervilleClothing.com. Lots of stuff. So congratulations to the kids who are out of school. Video's freezing up again. Well, that's no good. We better close some things down. Close down some interwebs. Using up all that bandwidth for all the fun stuff here. Maybe it's just on YouTube again, Joe. Jody, how's it looking over there on the Twitch? It's looking good on the Twitch. I'm watching it on the Twitch over here. Yeah, it looks like we're breaking up here too. So we're just moving some stuff around. We make it work. We make it work. I always love it. The internet around here is strange because it goes from like really good to really bad really quickly. Very strange. Well, we'll try to free up some bandwidth. I think we have. Do we have a bunch of stuff open on here? No. We close some things down. Making the world happy. Good on the Twitch. Okay, well that's good. At least we're good on the Twitch. Joe, guess you got to move over to the Twitch because we're good on Twitch, and I think on Facebook too. I don't know. I was watching that and it was seemingly fine. Maybe it's the heat. Maybe it's the heat that's causing our interwebs to slow down a little bit. I don't know. Couldn't tell you. Little bitty glitches. Yeah, I'm getting some drops here too. So who knows, man? Who knows? I think we're all. I think we got everything closed down. Try that. Close down all of the unneeded stuff. There we go. Let us try that. Going now? Okay, good. Sometimes I forget that I have other shit open, like everywhere across the board. I'm like, oh yeah, I was working on Adobe Audition over here, and I was working on photo editing here, and I was working on. So, all right, dropping bombs on the Twitch, Joe. There we go. I like it. But I hope you all are getting through a shortened work week. Jody, did you have to work on Memorial Day, or did you get the day off? Joe, is this your Friday? I know Joe always, usually Thursday night's Joe's Friday night. So maybe it's time to crank it up a notch. Who knows? But seeing a lot of tours being announced too. Have you noticed that? Which is super exciting. And we've had, have to work tomorrow? Yeah, see, they give you that day off and they take away your other day off. That's how it works. Baloney. It's baloney. But a lot of tours being announced. I've been noticing that. So GNR is going to be out on tour. A bunch of other festivals and stuff. Mercury in retrograde. That's what it is. I had that conversation last night. Like, why is everything so edgy? I don't know. Because Mercury's in retrograde. It's like for a long time too, isn't it? There's like a long period of Mercury in retrograde. Hey, thanks, Jody. Appreciate you. Get notification. I'll get that sent out to you right away as soon as the show's done. Thank you, Jody. I appreciate it. Cooperville clothing purchases happening as we speak, which is great. But yeah, Mercury retrograde. There was some weird moon cycle too, isn't there? If you're into the moon stuff. Surfy Harvey. I heard that too. Heard some weird moon phase. Mercury's in retrograde. Technology's just being all screwy Louie. Like has Facebook been weird for anybody else? I've noticed that over the last couple of days. Like things aren't loading right. A bunch of blank images. I don't know. I pay my bill, so that can't be it. Joe's kind of worked 4 hours, done by 10. Few days of Mercury in retrograde. Man. Yeah, Mercury retrograde, you have record high temperatures. It all leads to internet hell, apparently. Crazy. Jody worked most of Monday and just offered, or the weirdness shirt. Awesome. Lean into that weirdness. Like that's becoming a thing. Thanks to Joey A for that quote in our conversation when we had him on the show. But it's become like a big to-do. We've expanded into, we got a hat coming out, we got the leggings, and we got a bunch of other stuff. So that's like, it's gone from like this thing that was said on the show to now like one of our highest selling things at CoopervilleClothing.com. It's weird. It's lean into the weirdness. I think that's a motto we should all live by. Don't, stay away from the norm, lean into the weirdness. Again, check those out at CoopervilleClothing.com. Thank you, Jody, again, for grabbing a shirt. We just did a bunch of different colors in that too. People like options, Like if it's me, it's going to be like a black T-shirt with white print. It's just how I roll. But people want options. They want blue and they want red. Like my mom was like, I want turquoise. I'm like, what? Turquoise? I don't own nothing that's turquoise. That's just me. What's up, Pete? Thanks for joining. Thanks, everybody, for a lot of people jumping on board here. And wherever you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, or on Twitch, get on board. Big stuff coming up today. I was super excited scrolling through the social medias a little while ago to see Shaman's Harvest back and doing things. New song out, new video out for Bird Dog. And I happened to see Nathan Hunt posting some stuff on Instagram, and I was like, I better reach out to my fella so we can talk about gator wrestling and other sorts of things. So I see he's in the green room. We're going to bring him into the live stream. Nathan is back. El Squatcho, King Squatcho, El Squatcherino, if you're not into the whole brevity thing. How you doing, sir?
All the above, man. How's it going?
The dream. We're just living it. How about yourself?
Beautiful Nashville, can't complain. Weather's great.
Are you guys getting heat down there too? We're up to like 90 here in Wisconsin. It's unheard of.
Yeah, no, I don't do well in the heat. I don't know why I moved farther south, but here I am.
But it seems like things have been progressing with Shamans as of like I did go retro on you with the old school shirt right there.
Big fan.
I know.
I have that shirt too.
I felt a little bit like Joe Elliott from Def Leppard. Remember, he always used to wear Def Leppard shirts to Def Leppard concerts. So it was a little 6 degrees of separation there, but I felt fitting.
I do the same thing, pal.
That's awesome, man.
No shame in my game.
But it's been a wild, almost 2 years. Last year was a little bit of a wild ride, I know, but you guys have got some new tunage out. Bird Dog is killer. It's dirty. It's dark. It's all Shaman's Harvest, man. Tell me about finally getting some new music out.
Yeah, it's a deep track. The first single, it's we were discussing with the label. One of the things I think, if you're really wanting to get the personality of a band, is listen to their stuff that's not going to be for their radio release or whatever. So yeah, and that's kind of where our head was at, and it's kind of the reemergence of a swamp rock Shaman's Harvest, I would say. And it's one of my favorites on the record. Nobody needs to listen to the rest of it, and it's good.
It's a single. We're not even doing an EP. We're doing one track and calling it good, man. You've had some time to work on it too. I know it's the process even before kind of the whole COVID thing was an elongated one. But I love that about you guys too, is you actually take the time in the studio to do records how you want to do them. But obviously last year adds a little bit of hiccups to things. So tell me about going through the whole process of getting the album ready.
Yeah, so this record was weird, man. It was normally what we do is, and I've said it before, is like, there's a rough outline of a song, and we'll go in the studio and like really polish it up and figure out what it needs to be in the studio. That way, ideally you capture the first take magic, right?
Right.
But we've done that for record after record, and we're always trying to mix it up a little bit. So we wanted to really demo these out and see how far we could take it before we tracked. And so we started doing that. We took a year off, almost a whole year of touring, and then started getting in the studio. Almost got all the way done with it, and then COVID hit, and we have to take another year off. So it's been a little longer than obviously anticipated, but and it was a rough process, man. We had a tornado come through our town, like in the middle of tracking, that just kind of put a halt on the old creative process and whatnot. And when you're coming off the road, the way I work, anyways. I want to really immerse myself in that creative process, that writing period. I don't want to be like, I don't want to have to think about shows and like, I don't want to do it all at the same time. I want to write when I'm off the road. So it was important for us to take that time to do that. And unfortunately, it was just a bit extended.
Yeah, it was weird. I was just listening to Neil deGrasse Tyson was saying that creativity happens when nothing else is happening. So when you don't have all the shit around you, that's when creativity happens. Now, some people will say, well, we've given people a whole year to be creative and sit on their couch. And I'm like, well, watching Netflix is considered something else. But
right.
to you,
yeah.
utilize that time, and I love that, to be able to put yourself in a creative space and not have to, because even if it's just a short run, there's all the lead up that goes into getting on even a short run tour, whether it's a couple weeks or even a weekend run, and your mind is just elsewhere. It can't be in a space where you're thinking about all the ins and outs of putting new music out. So you had plenty of time to do it. Was there a lot of back and forth? Like after you're like, oh, the record's done, and then you're like, oh, well, we have some more time. Did you go back and kind of and tweak things, or did you just kind of leave it alone?
I did. I went to where our producer was at in North Carolina, and redid the vocals probably on 6 or 7 different tracks. I was like, well, you're paying for the studio time, so you're kind of like, when you're in that big studio vibe, and we rented the entire thing out, like all the rooms. We wanted access to everything, So we didn't want to be interrupted at all. So you're also thinking about, well, that's another $600 a day. We got to get the perfect take. Well, it's good enough. Let's move on to the next thing. Well, once we realized that good enough it didn't have to be good enough. I was like, yeah, let's go make this perfect. So yeah. And then it's been mixed and remixed. And I think there's 5 different mixers on this record. It's like, well, you're really good at this one kind of vibe, and it's a Shaman's Harvest record. So there's like 5 different types of vibes in the whole record. Well, you're really good at this. So this is what you're covering this part. And then, everybody played to their strengths, even the mixers.
Do you feel like, it was kind of done before? I don't want to say the world just kind of went into this unknown territory we've never stepped into before, with not just on the COVID scale, on the lockdown scale, on a political scale, and on a division scale. Like, do you feel like, and you guys have always had your way of messaging things in your music, like there's just between your writing and the harmonies and everything, there's always a feel to it. Do you feel like this encapsulates some of that as part of this record, some of the wildness of the world? Or
well, luckily, I guess you can see it. For me, it's luckily most of it was done before COVID hit. Right. I think the world doesn't need another reminder.
Can't forget. It's hard to forget.
Yeah. I don't think we need another COVID anthem. So, right. Or a COVID anthem period. Yeah, otherwise I'm sure it would have found its way into most of the music.
Yeah.
Well, I will say, it did lend itself, from a production standpoint, it lent itself to a little bit more just that downtime, just trying weird shit.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of trying weird shit. I don't want to there's plenty of songs that we have that are, here's some guitars, here's a bass, here's some drums, and here's some vocals, but there's plenty of shit on there that's like, what the fuck? That's not even supposed to make sound. Why is that? And it's just weird shit. So real weird, like tribal instruments and things you don't really correlate with a rock band.
Well, I think that's what's great about Shaman's Harvest, is the fact that you mentioned different styles on 5 different styles on one album. You guys have always seemed to have the freedom to kind of explore different areas and go into, today's vibe is this, and tomorrow we're feeling this way, or hey, that was a weird fucking sound. Let's see if how can we incorporate that into this? I think it would have a spot in this particular song, but I think that's what makes it, that's what makes Shaman's Harvest sound completely different than any other band that you hear out there, is because of the uniqueness and sometimes the weirdness that finds its way into the song.
Well, we'll take it, man. I mean, I don't, luckily we've had the label's given us a little bit of, that they've never really like, listen, we need you guys to be this active rock,
right,
modern thing. Like, they're like, do you?
Yeah.
They were like that from day one with us, and so we've had the freedom to just degenerify the music a little bit.
I remember when In Chains came out, as I was still in radio at that point, and we got the first cut, with the woes in it, and then I don't remember who it was, but they're like, we have another edit that doesn't have the woes in it. I'm like, what are you fucking with these people's song for? Like, this is part of this is part of the track. You don't edit those magical parts out. So we obviously during my stint, at least, we were playing the whoa-whoas,
nicely done
in the song. Because I'm like, I always had an issue with that. People are like, well, here's the album cut, and then here's the radio edit. I'm like, but
yeah,
because nothing makes somebody more upset when they hear a song on the radio. They're like, yeah, and then they go, back when people used to buy records at the record store, or they go download the song and listen to it on Spotify. They're like, wait a minute, like I was singing along, and all of a sudden there's no whoa-whos. Like, what happened here? So we always try to kind of keep with, what came out of that creativity within the studio.
I can't imagine that song without the whoa-whos.
I know.
The whoa-whos are half the song.
It's like, who had the audacity to suggest that and then turn this into radio? I know. I don't believe it. But having all this, this time off, obviously using it in a creative space, because you don't have those things to think about. How much are you anticipating and excited to actually get back out and be able to perform again in front of people?
I mean, dude, we just recently got together to film a couple music videos, like some live or some for some upcoming tracks, and just the energy of pretend playing. You know what I mean? Just like is like a correlated to like kids in the backyard playing war as opposed to it was just amazing, just the energy that we felt, and we were just like super. We didn't realize. I mean, when you're kind of, for me anyways, on the road, I get plumb sick of it after a year of touring straight, and you're always looking for ways to revitalize your energy, but I will never take it for granted again.
Yeah,
for sure.
I've said that to fans as well, because you guys came into the town I live in now in Chippewa Falls, a really small venue, small show. It was like a Sunday night. I think it was you guys and Aranda.
Oh, I remember that tour.
Yeah, you guys in Aranda came in, and we came on the bus, and we talked about alligator wrestling and something about tequila and pickle juice. I don't know. It was weird. It was a weird combination of conversations. But it was
sounds right.
And it was a sold out show, but I remember, like, as the years went by after that, going to more shows and if it's a Tuesday night, I mean, we get it. It's a smaller town. You don't usually get significant bands to come in on a Friday or Saturday, but it's like a Tuesday. And I was like, man, it's tough not to see a full crowd in here. And then COVID hit, and I'm like, nobody's missing a fucking show ever again, because they were just, fans are scratching at the walls. I know the artists are too. Like, just give me a guy with a ukulele on the fucking street corner, and we're gonna gather around, and we're gonna throw money into his guitar case. Like, we're taking advantage of it. We went down to Florida. We just got back from a week stay down in Florida, and didn't wrestle any alligators, so I feel disappointed a little bit. But there was a guy, like, one-man band dude, playing at this little Irish pub, and I was like, this dude is the best fucking thing I've seen in a year and a half. He's got his guitar case open. I'm like, here, it's like when you go to Mexico and you just keep on tipping ones. I was like, yeah, I don't even know what this song, that's not the right chord. I love it though, dude. I was so, just to see anything that resembled, a live show. So I imagine once the full orchestra gets together, things are going to be great. Is there some things that you're looking at for 2021 as far as getting out?
Yeah. I mean, we're looking at putting together a fall. I mean, it's, we're sitting with our hands under our ass for, just trying to figure out if it's going to happen. We were afraid of like putting something solid together and then having to tell everybody, sorry, your tickets will be good next year. Like, I didn't even want to fuck with that. So now we're scrambling to put something together. Also a fun thing that happened during COVID was our agent retired.
Oh.
Yeah. And you can imagine all the agents are like, listen, we're plumb full up. We're not taking any new talent.
Right.
But we're scrambling to put together a fall tour, and there'll be some more Shaman's Harvest songs out by then from the record. And then, fully unleash the hounds for 2022.
I think that's, when you've been sitting on the music, I know that's always a tough part, to have things in the hopper, as they say out east. and have to sit on them. Obviously, you had a chance to go back and like, well, we have time. Let's go back and maybe tweak these a little bit and recut some vocals, add in, what does it sound like when you hit the can? Add the can song in there.
Right, exactly.
But to be able to, get the music out, because the fans have been clamoring for it. There's been a great reaction to Bird Dog. The lyric video is fantastic. That's so nicely put together. You see the words lyric video, sometimes you're like, but I mean, this was like legit. Like you guys did this the right way. It looks so good.
Yeah, I wish I had anything to do with it at all.
Send it to the guy.
They pulled it off really well. I think it's a company out of the Netherlands, actually. I was like, how do you understand about American farm? Okay, whatever. Let's go with it. But yeah, no, they knocked it out of the park. Also, I'm like, lyric video is just like, seems like a, it's just a weak sauce for sure. But I don't feel bad at all about releasing that,
Yeah. And now having more songs that are going to be coming out, but the ability to go out and play. I'm guessing the way you reacted to going to shoot music videos and pretend playing, like rehearsal is going to be like a fucking expose, let's get together and rehearse.
We're gonna have to take 5 multiple times to compose ourselves. I'm sure it's gonna be an emotional scenario. Hell, we might even invite fans to our rehearsals just to because we can't wait.
Remember what it's like to see people see Jody's in here
and suck, and remember what it's like to really suck and let the fans really know how terrible we are.
Oh, come on now. Just kicking the dust off the tires. There's a little bit of COVID rust there. It's fine.
Yeah, that's right.
We got a bunch of people over here in the chat. Jody's missing you guys playing live. Jody's my tax lady. Jody's everybody's tax lady.
Nice.
Katarina. He says weak sauce. All right. You say weak sauce. I say weak sauce. Joe says hi. Love you guys. In Chains, one of my favorite songs. So we got a bunch of people jumping on the chat and throwing up love to you guys. But it was so good to see because obviously I follow you and I follow the band and stuff on social media, and that's kind of become this weird go between. It's always been there between artist and fan, but obviously when you had music coming out, there was that conduit, and when you had live shows, there was that conduit. So social media has kind of become the great it's Oz behind the behind the curtain there, like they're doing stuff back there. But to see that when you posted the new song was coming out, I was so excited. It inspired me to go back through the library, go back to Dragonfly, and go back to my fave right here. And,
right on.
Listen to In Chains with the wah-wahs in it, and feel good about life. But it was so good to see that you guys, had following the story, had just been constantly kind of moving the train forward. It might have been pushing it a little bit. The engine might not have been running sometimes just because there was nothing really going on. But it's so good to see you guys are back and ready to kick 2021 in the ass.
Thanks, man. That's good to be back.
Awesome.
It feels like we're back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels legit.
Man, is that
stoked about it.
When you put the music out, you're like, okay, all right, now we're in a different gear than we were before?
Absolutely. Yeah. No, I mean, we've been sitting on these songs for so long, obviously, and I know, is this ever going to come out? And then, it takes, people to get excited about it sometimes for us to be excited about it. But we're stoked, man.
Yeah, it seems like the reaction to Bird Dog has been much like mine was. I'm like, just dirty, gritty Shaman's Harvest rock and roll, and I know that we're going to get a bunch of different experiences on the new record. But it's great to catch up with you, Nate, man. It's good to see your face
Always.
again, and hopefully this fall brings you up north. It's cooler up here in the fall, so
I know. I'm stoked. I miss that, man. I miss that.
It was cool Wisconsin nights, man.
Yeah,
they're
what I miss is the spotted cow. That's what I miss.
Yes.
That's my jam.
That was a weird thing. Like we don't, up here we don't really think about it. And then we were out down in Florida, and that was like a question that some random person asked us at a bar. Was like, "You guys got that spotted cow up there?" Like it's some sort of illegal transaction.
Like it's a drug deal. Yeah, man.
You got some of that?
Yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
I thought dude was about to give me like his address. Be like, man, like send me some. I get it in the mail. It's cool.
I'll do anything.
Bubble wrap it. Like,
I got these cheeseburgers, man.
got any more? Got any more of that spotted cow? I like that stuff. It's good for you. Awesome. Hey, Nate, Shaman's Harvest, Bird Dog is the latest single. The lyric video is out now, and it's also streaming on all platforms. Thank you for the time, man. Take care of yourself, and hopefully we'll be seeing you very soon, man.
Hey, man. Cheers.
Awesome. Same to you. Nathan Hunt, Shaman's Harvest there on Cooperville Live. Great to catch up with him. And thank you to all of you chiming in the chat over here. Katarina says, missing them play live. I miss them play live, too. I got to see them, I think, 4 or 5 different occasions. I got to see Shaman. I saw them at Rockfest, saw them in Chippewa, and a couple of the dates in that Aranda tour as well. I just missed the live show. I do remember in the Chippewa show, I don't know if they were taking a break, but I brought shots up to the stage anyway. That happened. It just was a thing. I was like, there's a picture of Nate and I think, on stage, like doing a shot of, I think it was Jameson, just because, why not? But Bird Dog is the new song. Humility between y'all is awesome. Thanks for the sunshine. Absolutely. I mean, it's so good that we're in a place now where we're talking about new music. We're talking about live shows. We're talking about bands getting back out and hitting the pavement again. And you know that they're going to have so much energy because they haven't had a chance to utilize their stage presence in so long. So when you see any band that you're going to see, whether it's in a small club, whether it's at a big festival, man, they're going to bring it. I mean, if you've all seen bands play live, you know, like, damn, they really brought it. Imagine that and multiply it by 10 because they're ready to go. I mean, even Nate, I could tell, like, he's like, want to do a show. Excited too. Bird Dog, go check it out wherever you listen to music. Look it up from Shaman's Harvest. New album coming out. They got new music coming out. Sounds like they were out shooting new music videos, so they'll be coming out too. Very excited for new stuff from the fellas and from King Squatcho, Nathan Hunt. To all of you who joined today, thank you very much. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you check out everything on Facebook. We're on youtube.com/Cooperville Live and Twitch at Cooperville Live, twitch.tv/Cooperville Live, all the stuff, and all the links that were on social media. Thank you guys so much for watching the show today. Amen to live music. There's all the links, the linky links. Also, please make sure to check out CoopervilleClothing.com, CaptainCoops.com, and my friends at Midwest Meals. Don't forget, they deliver nationwide. Get your order in by Friday. And have your food delivered on Monday. Yum-a-dum-dum. Yum-a-dum-dum. See you tomorrow.